Yes and no. Yes, because obviously it's different than what I'm used to. Like especially in the fall and spring, everybody's playing every day, and then coming out of high school, I was an everyday player for 4 years. But at the same time, it's not really a challenge because of the preparation. Coaches line it up pretty well for us. They give us time to get ready, give us time to get loose. Like there's always an idea of when you can be expected to get the call, and really just staying loose. What I like to think about is staying ready so I don't have to get ready in those situations.
When do you usually find out if you're starting the next day?
It'll normally be right before our VP rounds of like on the game day. So that's when I normally find out and have an idea, but it doesn't change really how I go about my day, how I go about the night before. I try to treat every day the same.
Jay was talking about just how that can be something you guys really utilize as a strength for your outfield, just having guys play different games just based on what the matchup presents. Just, you get to spend as much time as anybody with all those guys out there. Just talk about maybe the consistency that you guys have in the outfield between you and Paxton and the other guys, Josh Pearson, all those guys.
Right, yeah. We have a lot of depth on our team this year, I think more than a lot of people thought that we were going to have, and that's with guys that maybe we're not seeing as much of, like Ashton Larson, Ethan Fry, Zeb Ruddle. I mean, those are guys that could make an impact anywhere, especially here. And we got to transfer Mac Bingham. He came from Arizona. He was a 4-year stud there. And so it really says a lot to the talent that we have. And all these guys that I just mentioned, Paxton, Josh, and the others, it's ultra competitiveness. It's never like we're fighting for a spot in the outfield. It's when we know that we're going out there, we're going to give it the best that we got. And I mean, we're a close group of guys. We spend a lot of time together, so we're always cheering on the guy that's out there. Like, can't wish for anything but the best for anybody out there. I mean, all those guys have a chance to help our team win.
I think in the preseason you said you were obviously working mostly as a positional player, but when you're throwing as if you could still pitch in an emergency if need be. Are you still sort of doing that? Is like pitching still kind of in the back of your head when it comes to your preparation still, or not really?
The position player side's definitely taken more of an upswing as the season's getting going. I mean, you guys have seen the depth that our bullpen has. Like, we can just throw arm after arm after arm. So we've been trying to really keep me loose on the position player side and improve my game there. But if needed, if the call's ever there, I will be ready to pitch.
Is there anything you've learned about the college game these first couple weeks, just getting to see a number of different teams, a number of different arms, anything you picked up on just early in your first couple weeks as a player?
Right, yeah. I think a main difference between high school and college baseball is the matchups. Like in high school, teams don't have a guy that they can run out there for one batter, right? If you put in a guy in relief, you're expecting him to go 2, maybe 3 innings. But in college, it's just how many people are on the team, how many people can make a difference, especially taking at bats. Like I could be going up to bat and maybe they'll bring in a left-handed pitcher for a certain at bat, and it's something that I'm not used to. And that's really the only difference that I can see. I mean, the game's still the same. You still have to get 3 outs every inning. You still have to throw strikes. It's all the same.
What's the crowds like? Getting used to that? Is it you playing the same game, not thinking about there's 25,000 people out there watching sometimes? Or?
Well, I think growing up wanting to be a baseball player and wanting to play at a high level, nobody's ever dreamed of playing in front of 20 people, right? It's like when you're a little kid, this is what you look for. You want to play in front of the best fans in the world, and that's what we're here to do, so I enjoy every minute of it.
What was your favorite part of the weekend in Houston?
Oddly specific one. I was in the outfield against ULL, and they started playing Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks, and the whole stadium was singing it, so I thought that was really cool.
Are you a Garth Brooks guy?
I mean, yeah, I think so, but it was just really exciting, how strong the fans are, and they make a presence in the game.
How was that, your first time being a part of that rivalry between UL and LSU?
It's awesome. I know a couple guys on the other team, so that added a little competitive edge to it. But just able to go out there and compete. I don't really think it matters who's on the other team, but I'm just going out there and giving it my all every day.
You didn't text them the next day or?
No.
Anything else for Jay?
So who's kind of been the most influential with your development here, you think? A fellow player, maybe a coach?
Well, coaches and players. I think Coach Mack, our new strength coach, has been really good. He's a guy that really helps me get into position to be the best athlete that I can be. And Chief, Coach Johnson, all those guys working on hitting, approach, all that type of stuff has really helped. And then player-wise, I'd say probably Paxton. Just I share a locker with him. We're both in the outfield, so I'm with him the majority of the day, so he's really been there for me.
How much experience did you have playing in the outfield before you got here? Because again, you were pitching and probably playing some first base.
In high school, I was a pitcher, center fielder. I actually really didn't play any first base. It was mostly outfield.
I mean, they're both really good at what they do. I think Coach Yeski has done a really good job just preparing us in all aspects of the game this season. Just beyond even the actual throwing the baseball to home plate, you see guys like Javen Coleman who made that catch, the infield flyout. I mean, we work on that a lot. That's something that we didn't really do a lot last year. I mean, something that's been made like an emphasis this year, and he was able to execute that. So just kind of like just getting ready for games through preparation on maybe defense, different things like that, and kind of just like the way you think on the mound. He's done a really good job with that.
So a lot of PFP work. Like, how do you guys sort of work on that?
We've definitely done a lot more PFP work this year than last year, and it's been pretty good. I think it's been beneficial. It's helped us a lot, and it's gotten us out of some tough jams.
I don't think we've talked to you since the start of the season. So what was sort of your thought process in deciding to return to school?
I wanted to come back and have a good season. I mean, my first 2 years of college were good, and I didn't have the season I wanted to last year. I wanted to come back and have a good season before ultimately I end up going to pro ball.
You guys seem to have an endless well of arms you can throw out there out of the bullpen. Coach Johnson was talking about that's how you guys are going to get to where you want to ultimately go, is the bullpen being able to carry you at the end of games. Just how much confidence do you have in just you guys not only continuing to develop, but just kind of what you've seen so far from those guys?
Yeah, and I think our bullpen is actually outstanding. I think it's the strongest thing about our team. I mean, when you're running guys out there like Fidel, who came from nowhere, and he's doing things that people couldn't imagine. You've got even Javen Coleman coming out of the pen. You've got Guidry returning. You've got Justin Lohr. We've got guys that didn't even get to throw in Houston. Aiden Moffett, Cade Woods, Micah Bunham. These guys that go in, day out, put in work, and all of us believe in them. And I think it's our strongest part of our team.
Where have you maybe seen the most growth in your game from maybe end of last year to where you are now? Just the focus of the off season, and just where you think you are as a player?
Yeah, definitely maturity. I think I did a lot of growing up over the off season, kind of just looking internally with me, dealing with failure, different things like that. So I think maturity has been my biggest growth.
Is it contagious when the rest of the bullpen is pitching well and you get out there?
Oh my God, yeah. Like you see other guys pitch well, and you want to get out there and do well too for the team. And we definitely all feed off of each other's energy in the bullpen, and it's been great. And I think it'll just keep getting better.
Would it be safe to say with Coach Yeski that he definitely emphasizes on guys using their fastball and utilizing their fastball, because it seems like you guys are kind of fastball first when it comes to a lot of these game lines?
100%. I mean, his thing is fastball command over everything. So when you command the fastball and everything else, and go off of that. And I think it's been working pretty well. Even when you look at guys like Luke Coleman, who, National Player of the Month, but he commands the fastball better than anybody, and he's been able to show that. So
It's a long journey this season, right? But you played 12 games. Just your overall feelings about where you are right now. What do you like about this team?
I like that we aren't anywhere near where we're going to be as far as being really good, and we're out here beating really good teams. We just went to Houston. We didn't play any chumps. So every team we played was really good. So you look at our team, and I think we've got a lot of growth to go, and I think we're going to get really good.
You were on the team last year when you guys went to Hammond. When you play an in-state team, you know what comes with that, right? You're expecting that again?
It's always fun playing the in-state Louisiana teams. Just the rivalries, the battles, the energy. A lot of the teams play above what they are, and that's really always fun to deal with.
With Coach Yeski, what has he sort of tried to emphasize with you in terms of trying to in terms of your improvement, I guess?
Just being able to deal with failure. I've gotten pretty good at doing that, and that's kind of been his emphasis with me since day one stepping on campus.
Yeah, back to you said that growth and maturation from last year to this year. Have there been instances or moments so far through the first handful of games that you've noticed that it's like last year I may not have handled that situation the right way, but this year I did? Have there been instances?
Oh, 100%, 100%. And even there's still times where I'll get to the point where I get mad and I'm like, all right, and I just catch myself really quick. And I've also got good teammates and things like that recognize certain things and they're able to help me out with that too. So it's been great.
Who wore the chain on Sunday?
Gage Jump had the chain to begin the day, and then he handed it off to me. So
You wore the chain.
yeah, I had it after the Sunday game.
Nice.
Is that thing where you guys kind of hold on to it until the next game? So
Yeah,
you've had
so-
it for a couple days now?
Yeah. So we'll pass it off after every win, and I think that's also another cool thing is you get to recognize your teammates, and that's something that's player driven. So players decide, the person who has it decides who gets it next. So
Coach Yeski came up with this, right?
yes, sir.
Is there a lot of like lobbying in the dugout for like I should get it or maybe he should get it, or you have to like pick your own yourself, or do you try to vouch for some of your other teammates, or how's that work?
I think so far this season has been kind of obvious. Each game, I mean, I think last game Thatcher Hurd definitely could have gotten the chain. He went out there, and we know the opposing team was trying to steal signs for the first 3 innings, and they still couldn't get anything going. So it's like he went out there and really dominated, and I really wanted him to have the chain. I ended up having it, but I let him know that I felt like he could have it.
Is that comfortable wear?
No, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's definitely really cool. Last year we started doing dog tags like halfway through the year or something like that. But I think this is definitely a little bit cooler just because it's a big shiny chain.
That's not a skiing stick. I don't know what it is.
Is it heavy?
Nah, yeah, it's got a little weight to it.
Are they real diamonds or?
That's a Yeski question.
What do, I guess, that's not silly, but like what are sort of lighter things like that help with, I guess, team camaraderie, team morale, with I guess especially with the pitchers?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely cool, and I think it adds to kind of our identity. Like, I think it obviously stands for more than just a big shiny piece of jewelry on our neck. I think it just passing on dominance to the next person. I think that when you look at our staff, I think everybody's going to touch that chain a couple of times, and like even the other day, I'm walking out of Minute Maid, and these kids are like, oh my God, he has the medallion, Like even like the fans and the kids are catching on to it, and they see the importance of it. So that's also been another cool thing.
Jay was talking to us about how he hasn't had to go to the same arm in the weekend. Like if you pitch Friday, you're probably done for the rest of the weekend. How have you noticed that kind of help you in your performance?
I think that the reason we haven't had to necessarily go back to the exact same arms over and over again is because we have so many that we can trust and that are capable of getting the job done. So all I would say about that is, I mean, I have complete trust in my teammates, so I think that makes it easier for me to go out there and have a clear mind knowing that I can go play freely, because if I don't have it that day, if something goes wrong, I know somebody's coming in after me to get me. So it's definitely helped.